Humble appeal. Outreach with an old say in a new way of saying, those whom we seek justice must serve justice to the others. Open deposition to the 119th United States Congress and Senate Judiciary Committee. A victim in captive. The State of Vermont Collaborative Cynical Abuse of Law Court of Competent Jurisdiction imposed insanity, silenced cover-up public judicial corruption, conspiracy, racketeering victim in captive at the Forbidden Internment Camp. The very same 117th United States Congress imposed mental health adjudicate reformed. Safer Communities Act enslaved marginalized communities, fundamental constitutional rights usurped, deprived, crime violence infested nurtured rehabilitation program. A billions of dollars U.S. government-funded human commodity. American lives in contract at the hands of RICO, racketeer-influenced corrupt organization. The States of the Union, United States Government Judicial, NGO nonprofit.org, collaborative clandestine regime. Humble outreach. Open appeal. How did this happen? Horror repression. Social evils. The State of Vermont Government nonprofit.org. Judicial collaborative deprivation of rights. Bill of Rights constitutional justice under color of law. Relegated me, my children, family, to a second-class human being. Citizen in terms of the possible protection we can expect from law. Contempt. Deceived disgrace. Silence deposed. Ama. My daughters, Mamoni. My family. Innocent immortal soul of kindness like yours. A victim of collaborative clandestine regime. The State of Vermont Office of the State Attorney General. Office of the Chittenden County State Attorney, Judiciary, South Burlington Police Department, Burlington Police Department, Agencies of Human Services, Chittenden Unit for Special Investigation, Chittenden Community Action, South Burlington School District, Human Rights Commission, the State of Vermont Department of Education, Department of Mental Health, Howard Human Services, Office of the Public Defender General. Years of appeal outreach to every branch of the government for justice, impartial, equal rights and protection of law, the State of Vermont Office of the Attorney General, Human Rights Commission, Vermont Supreme Court, Judiciary governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest cover-up, heinous public judicial corruption. Web of horrified traumatized retribution, coercion, silenced, endangered, laid to waste, 5 peaceful innocent soul of kindness, my family. Government, judicial, NGO nonprofit.org. Franchisee collaborative clandestine regime perpetrated misconduct, perjury, obstruction of justice, brutal human abuse. The State of Vermont prosecutor's self-constructed narrative manufactured accusation. Defendant is from the old beliefs in India. Women and children are seen as property of their husband and father. Repressive wrongful action, subjected to cynical abuse of law and institution. Docket number 214, CV 145, at the United States District Court for the District of Vermont, a document of heinous social, cultural, ethnic religious discrimination, profiling, conspiracy, perjury, obstruction of justice, self-constructed narratives, defamation alteration, decimation Herod-imposed accusations subjected to the cynical abuse of law and institutions. Horror of Islamophobicost, Islamist propaganda Muslim genocide. Repressive unlawful extrajudicial action. Perjury obstruction of justice at the hands of the State of Vermont government. NGO, nonprofit.org. Judicial collaborative clandestine regime. Contempt. Disgrace silenced. Deposed 5 innocent immortal soul of my family. Horror of Islamophobicost. Father tells the children that, according to religion, the father is like a god, and they obey him. The father will rape the children. Father threatens the children that he will kill them if they don't obey him. Father threats to kidnap the children. Judgment: the state of Vermont. Corrupt government judiciary, collaborative, self-constructed narrative, manufactured accusations, imposed judgment governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest, cover-up, heinous extrajudicial action, public judicial corruption, conspiracy, racketeering under color of law. Retaliation: coercion resulted from seeking justice at the United States District Court. The state of Vermont, governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest. Terrorized, terrified, traumatized my minor children and family. Web of cynical abuse of law and institutions. Extrajudicial action spun in concert, deceived, deprived, confined, silenced, desperate outcry of 5 innocent souls, my children, family, from reaching the court of law. Docket number 297-00815 CNCR, a document of coercion, horror, oppression resulted in seeking justice at the United States District Court for the District of Vermont. Web of cynical abuse of law and institutions, conspiracy, denial of due process, equal rights and protection, unlawful extrajudicial action under color of law governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest in concert, imposed court of competent, mental health adjudicate, insanity, silenced the truth. Cover-up: exposed public judicial corruption, brutal, barbaric, unlawful action, coercion, misconduct, perjury, obstruction of justice at the expense of human cost. 5 innocent soul of kindness, my children, family. Years of lost childhood, along with mother, confined incommunicado, harassed, abused, horrified childhood. Mamoni haven't gave up. As my ma waited long years in silence with hope, one day her loving family reunion together. Rebelled, dripped innocent blood of sadness, sorrows, expressed years of silent suffering, horror, of injustice, destruction, to her loving, caring, joyous family. These very same the state of Vermont corrupt public servant and institutions, brutally traumatized, confined, isolated my Mamoni, minor daughter, at the psychiatric institution for days. Horror, repression, social evils, brutal, barbaric, heinous human abuse. Forensic psychiatric forced imposed insanity, revoked my sanity, fundamental rights say seek, serve. Threats of psychiatric hospitalization under the custody of Commissioner of Mental Health at the hands of the state of Vermont government, Judicial, NGO, nonprofit.org, collaborative misconduct, perjury, obstruction of justice, governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest, silenced the truth, cover-up, heinous, unjust. How did this happen? Constitutional 11th Amendment sovereign immunity hindered judicial capacity governed by mental reservation and pervasive interest in full extent of the law, effectively silenced, enslaved, forbidden justice. Cover-up: racial, cultural, ethnic, religious profiling, coercion, defamation, alteration, destruction, harrowed public judicial corruption under color of law. Imposed involuntary servitude, laid to waste 5 innocent soul, human lives, my children, family. Me, my children, family. Our innocent, selfless, unconditional determination and resolve in seeking unconditional, honorary restoration of human dignity through justice, that feared these very same increasingly insecure, corrupt public servant and institutions, and ones that had to be the victim of collaborative, heinous, unlawful extrajudicial action, coercion. Social, cultural, racial, ethnic, religious defamation, deprivation, alteration, conspiracy, harrowed, crime against humanity under color of law. Brutally abused, silenced, contained, laid to waste in self-decapitation, filled with imposed, grim, aching, involuntary servitude. Coercion forced to disappear, 5 innocent lives, my family, children from the civilization of kindness. Horrified extrajudicial action, coercion resulted from appeal at the U.S. District Court. Hear the horrified soul of my Mamoni.
Babu, আমি আসি বলেছি না আমি আসি তা তোমার কি অসুবিধা বলো কি হয়েছে তোমার কি তোমার এই মুহূর্তে কি বলো তুমি আমি আসবো তোমার কাছে
Denial of equal rights and protection, conspiracy, cover-up, endangered my children's lives.